Hello, everyone, and a happy Saturday to you all, and welcome to this broadcast of women's basketball here on Little East TV. It is another good one for you today here at Glenbrook Gymnasium in Castleton, Vermont, as the Spartans look to get their first win in conference play. They get set to take on the Wolves of Western Connecticut. My name is William Kelly, and I will be calling your game today, and I am joined alongside the Vermont Hall of Famer and longtime coach Dave Kinsman. And, Coach, this is the 10th game of the season for the Spartans and looking to get their first win in conference play.
Well, it could be a difficult game tonight, even though the record of WestCon isn't very good. They're big, and that could cause some problems for Castleton, but I think Castleton is a little quicker in the backcourt. We'll see what happens.
Castleton wearing their white with green letters and numbers as they get started fast here already. They'll swing it out to Magro. She'll drive in the lane, lay it up and in. Elise Magro gets on the board fast for the Spartans.
Man-to-man, both teams.
Wolves will push it down low. And driving inside is Vivian. Vivian, a little 1-2 action here. And step back J is good.
She's a good shooter for a big person. We've seen her the last 2 years.
That's Gabrielle Franks who gets the first points for the Wolves. Down low to Bailey. Floater up is good.
Nice baby hook. It's a great move for her. She makes a couple of them. That gives her confidence.
Liz Bailey on the board, and the Spartans take a 2-point lead. Down low to Franks. Tried to get it in, is stolen away. And driving inside, offensive foul is called. Driving inside was Emily Adams.
A little out of control there. Probably would have been better off pulling it out, looking for a trailer or someone cutting through to the hoop or setting up.
First turnover for the Spartans. Wolves will have it back. This is Franks. Franks looking for some options. Finds Dingle. Dingle drives inside. Floater up, no good. Rebounded by Bailey. And now out to Magro. She'll survey her options, driving inside. Magro driving in. Little layup is good. Elise Magro.
You notice that everything WestCon has done has gone through 44 Franks. Everything, they feed the post and cut off the high post. She's touched the ball every possession.
Dingle, 4-3. No good there. Bailey, another rebound. Pushes it up to Magro. Magro will survey her options. Magro driving in on Dingle. Gets it back out. Bailey, fake the three. And it's almost stolen away, looking for the ball, and now Franks will have it. Pushes it up ahead. And a layup is no good. Franks the rebound, puts it back up and in. Gabrielle Franks gets a bucket. There's Magro now. Gets it up for Adams. 11 on 11, back up to Bailey. To Magro, just able to get it, guarded by Dingle. 10 on the shot clock, uses a Bailey screen. Magro drives inside, lefty layup is good. Elise Magro, another bucket for her.
Well, she's gone right on two and left on the third one. We'll see what she does next, Will.
6 already for Elise Magro. And like you mentioned, Coach, going through Gabrielle Franks in the post. Driving inside, now double teamed. Trying to get out of a trap, and instead it leads to a turnover there. Good defense by the Spartans, Coach.
Yes, shut the baseline off and came with real good help from the weak side.
A couple substitutions here for WestCon.
I think you'll see WestCon sub a lot today.
Having a little more height now down low. Magro again drives inside, righty layup off the glass, and in Elise Magro, 8 points already. Spartans with a 2-possession lead with 6:47 to go here in quarter number 1. Morgan, and an elbow jumper, no good. Trying to get the loose ball was Moore, and she able to get to it before Franks. There's Nolan, kicks it out. Epler driving inside, and that's a layup for Stasia Epler.
They have absolutely no help on the weak side for any drive so far.
Just able to get into the paint with ease. Here's Franks up top. Finds Morgan. Now out to Craig. Craig, long two, no good. Loose ball, and it's poked away at the last second. And it'll go back to the Spartans.
So far, the outside shooting for WestCon has been atrocious, and it's led to fast breaks and early offense for Castleton.
Shooting only 28% is WestCon from the field, as Franks will check out. So pretty much an entire lineup change for the Wolves. Magro now to Moore, Rutland to Rutland. Good pass inside. Bailey lays it up and in.
Nice back screen.
Good back screen indeed led to that one. You could hear the WestCon coaches calling it, but not able to get to it, and the lack of help defense, like you mentioned, Coach, leads to another bucket. Now they're up double digits. Morgan. Outside for three. No good there. Fight for the loose ball. It's won by the Wolves. Still in the paint. And another layup missed attempt, no good. Attempted shot, no good. And the Wolves just cold here in this first quarter. Magro driving inside. Blocked away. What a block there. Alyssa Virtue, and it leads to a turnover.
I'm not sure Coach is going to be too happy about that. They just got 3 or 4 shots in a row on the offensive boards. That's not a good sign.
A long three here is good. Sydney Craig. And a little bit of a sigh of relief here at the moment for the Wolves as they now find themselves only down 7. Epler, 4-3, short. And a rebound goes to the Wolves. Nardini with the rebound. Inside to Morgan. Back out up top, long two is good. Good shot there by Virtue. And now the lead is cut to 5 for the Spartans. 4:36 to go here in quarter number 1. There's Bailey. Good pass inside. No help there, and Elise Magro, easy two.
They ran that play on the opposite side, and the person the other time, Emily Adams, didn't do what Elise did, open up the ball after you set a screen. She was wide open.
And another steal here. Magro doing it on both ends, and Magro lays it up and in. Elise Magro having an incredible first quarter already with 12. They have no answer for her, Coach.
Not right now.
Driving inside, and a little floater is good. Nicole Vivian gets on the board. And now it's the assignment to try to stop Elise Magro. Bailey. Nolan steps it back. Back to Epler now. 14 on the shot clock. Epler a couple moves, drives inside. Layup no good, but a foul is called. Let's see who they'll give it to. And he'll give it to Vivian, and so Stasia Epler will go to the line.
Media timeout.
And a timeout called here. And, Coach, you talk about no-help defense for WestCon, something they definitely need to change.
Well, a driver's going to the basket, somebody on the other side has got to release their man and step in and help, either take a charge, but if that does happen, somebody else from another position has to step down and help the helper. And that's not happening right here. But I hope I don't see a trend of Castleton has got out to a head in a couple of games where then they've let their foot off the gas pedal. You know, you've got them down, put your foot on it a little harder.
And something I'm seeing is all of their points have come in the paint. No second chance points yet, but like you mentioned, not letting their foot off the gas pedal, especially Elise Magro, who has pretty much 2/3 of the points here for the Spartans and is really having a typical Elise Magro game so far.
Well, when you're getting layups, it's pretty easy to shoot 81.8% from the floor. But most of those shots are out of what we call early offense. In other words, off the break and swing it, reversing the ball and getting a layup, not getting into running in a continuity or anything. And that's been good to them because of the shooting percentage of WestCon is so low, 38%.
We'll see what WestCon does out of the timeout. Epler going to the line. Her first attempt is good. Stasia Epler makes the second. She had 17 against VTSU Linden.
Yeah, she had a nice night.
Averaging just under 10 points per game, 9.6 to be exact, and 4.6 rebounds. Wolves will have it back here. Long three, off the mark there. Bailey tried to get the rebound, fought for it into the hands of Magro. She'll push it ahead. Magro skips it over to Nolan. Now to Adams. Uses a Bailey screen up top more. Driving inside, gets it back to Magro. Blocked away. Nice block there on Magro. That was Nardini. Trying to look for options. And trying to look for Franks again, but it's poked away by Adams. Good defense by the Spartans. Adams will drive it forward. Nolan back up top for Moore. Looks inside for Bailey. Bailey, little hook shot off the mark. A rebound by the Wolves. On the right side now, down low to Franks, but she overthrew it. And instead it's into the hands of Bailey, who'll get it to Nolan. Nolan for Magro. Corner, Adams, three. No good, rebounded there by Virtue. Virtue now to Peralta. And Peralta will reset down low to Franks. Guarded by Bailey. This is a good matchup here. Franks driving inside. Floater a little too strong. 2 minutes and change to go here in quarter number one. Spartans with a healthy 9-point lead. Here's Magro, gets it to Moore. Magro, good pass, or Moore, good pass inside to Bailey.
Same play as they ran on the right. Backdoor screen for Liz.
And Bailey, another bucket. 6 points for her. Elbow jumper is good. And that was from Peralta on the shot. First points for Peralta. Magro, elbow jumper to answer. Short there and out of play. We'll go back to the Wolves. And a couple substitutions here as it'll be Vivian and Foster to check in along with Dingle. Inside to Franks. Up top. And tried to get it inside, is stolen away and into the hands of Maggie McKieran, who's just checked in. McKieran driving inside. Little layup, no good, but a foul is called. And Maggie McKieran will go to the line for two.
Coach is resting both Elise and Bailey at the end of the, you rest them with a minute to go in the quarter, plus they get the minute on the bench from a timeout. You can put them back in after two and a half minutes of rest.
McKieran makes the first. Sophomore from Proctor, Vermont. And she makes them both. McKieran had her season high in their crosstown matchup with Middlebury, their last home game. And the Wolves trying to move on offense, and it's a fight for the loose ball, and it's turned over yet again. And on the day for WestCon, already their 7th turnover. Epler. Out top for Nolan now. Nolan fake and drives in on the right, but it's blocked away by Franks. They'll stay with the Spartans. And checking back in is Alyssa Virtue. And Franks will take a seat for the last 40 seconds. Gets it inside. Adams. Good pass by Epler, and Emily Adams lays it up and in too easy. Last 30 seconds of the first quarter. Spartans in control. Virtue down low. And an offensive foul is called.
She got her elbow out there and pushed off. I'm surprised it was called.
Ariana Coons with the strong defense. And back in for the last 24 seconds is Maggie Nardini. So about a half a second difference, we'll call it, between game and shot clock. Adams up top for Epler.
Plenty of time.
To Nolan now. Nolan driving inside. Layup attempt no good. This may be the last shot here for the Wolves if they hurry. And at the buzzer, just a little bit off. And that will end the first quarter. And, Coach, your thoughts on quarter number 1 for Castleton?
Well, I like the pace of the game for Castleton. Their early offense, getting good looks off the break and hitting the open man. Really, basically, the only set play we've seen them run is the back screen for Liz Bailey, and it's worked twice. I'm wondering if Westcon may go to some zone just to see if it can, change up the momentum or cause a few turnovers or something like that.
Yeah, speaking of turnovers, for Westcon on the day, already 8. How can they possibly limit that in a certain degree on offense?
Well, I think the pressure on the guards has been pretty good, which has caused them to have problems hitting the passing lane. And as we said, they go through 44. Usually your bigs aren't necessarily your best passers. But in that first timeout, she only had 1 turnover, which is good. And we'll be getting those stats, I'm sure, quickly right here.
And now, you mentioned only the 1 turnover. She still has that 1 turnover. Gabrielle Franks, 4 points.
But one of your guards, Virtue is not a guard. She's a post, and she's got 3 turnovers.
Yeah, definitely want to keep that to a minimum. And then as far as
Castleton only has 2 turnovers.
Definitely been playing a very disciplined game. And you talk about not letting your foot off the gas pedal. I mean, they have a 13-point lead. They talked about how Bailey and Magro went out for that last minute and change. So
I would expect if they get a couple baskets here, you see them right back in here pretty quickly.
The Wolves will have it here up top. Playing a little more outside now. Almost turned over there. McKeer in good hands. 15 on the shot clock. Driving inside, and a traveling violation is called, so there is a turnover.
That's a good defensive stance. You like to come out of that first quarter if they have the ball and stop them and then score.
Now the Spartans will have it yet again. Here's Nolan to Adams. Adams up top, surveying her options, over to Epler. Down low to Coombs. Driving inside on Virtue. Coombs, the layup no good, rebounded by Virtue. She'll push it ahead to Peralta. Peralta skip pass over to the corner. Nardini into Virtue, trying to find her again. Virtue instead, a couple fakes, lays it up, no good. Westcon bench wanted a foul called. And instead it'll go back to the Wolves on an out-of-bounds play. Peralta to inbound it here for the Wolves. Now to Dingle. Down low to Virtue. Nardini with a 2-pointer. No good there, but good rebound here by Vivian. Reset here, down to Virtue. Virtue one-on-one. Virtue a shot, no good. This time they get a foul called.
Yeah, when you play behind, if you're giving up 4 inches on her, and you play behind her, you're done. She's either going to score or you're going to foul. They've got to get around in the post.
Alyssa Virtue will go to the line. 50% on the year from the free throw line. Misses the first. And Virtue misses both. And Adams will push ahead here. Gets it to Nolan. And she'll reset here up top. Screen set by Coombs. Nolan fakes it out to McKieran. McKieran drives inside. It's it out to Nolan for 3, no good. Rebounded by the Wolves, and Dingle will push it up here. Gets it to Vivian. Peralta, she'll try a 3, short. Good save by Vivian initially, just keeps it in. Good hustle there by the Wolves. Vivian tries a layup, no good. Still trying to fight for the loose ball. Instead, it'll go to the Spartans.
Their guards go to the boards on shots. They don't wait. They just sprint to the boards. They do a good job.
Like you mentioned, playing behind. The Wolves find themselves down 13. Got to get points in any way possible. Here's Adams. Uses a Coombs screen. Adams, elbow jumper is good. Emily Adams with a nice bucket.
First 2 points of the second quarter.
Down low, Franks. Layup is good.
She's not gonna stop her doing that. They're gonna score every time.
6 points for Franks now. Good pass inside. Epler just keeps it in, and a blocking foul is called as Franks will pick up that one. And more Bailey and Magro back in. So a couple of minutes rest here for the starters. Epler to inbound. Tries to get it up top, and Bailey will save it. Up to Moore. Now up top to Adams. Tries to get it into Bailey and does. Bailey, strong move is good. Liz Bailey with a nice bucket there. And Bailey has 6 of her own. Nardini, elbow jumper, way off.
Somebody not on their man. Nobody picked up the shooter. I'm guessing when we came in and substituted, the lack of communication.
Yeah,
would
definitely.
be my guess.
Bailey down low to Moore. Moore backing in. Moore
Nice move.
gets it to go. Catherine Moore gets on the board for the first time. And now Moore is picking up Nardini. Nardini, strong 2, no good, short there, trying to get the rebound and saves it from going out of bounds, but nobody in the area. And checking back in is Maggie McKieran. And so for the Wolves today, already their 10th turnover. McKieran now has it. It's it up for Bailey. Down low, tried to get it. And it was last deflected off of a Wolves player. We'll go back to the Spartans. And Craig will check back in, replacing Nardini. And Virtue will also check back in. And Gabrielle Franks will take a seat. Epler to inbound. To the corner for Magro. Set up for Epler, down low, Bailey, hook shot, no good, rebounded by Virtue. Wolves will push ahead, here's Peralta. Peralta, good speed, pull up Jay, no good, rebound by Bailey.
Good job of keeping the ball up on that rebound.
Magro again driving inside, easy 2 for Elise Magro. 14 for Elise Magro on the day.
Going up.
Open 3, no good. But good hustle there as Craig gets her own rebound, still fighting to get the bucket, and just unable to there, and it deflects right to Elise Magro. Moore driving in, 2-pointer, way off, rebounded by the Wolves, and Dingle will push it up. Dingle driving inside, gets past 1 and 2, no good, but Virtue right there to clean it up. A timeout called by the Spartans.
Offensive rebounds.
And you mentioned it, there was offensive rebounds, and really there was nobody in that area for Virtue to just take the easy layup, so I think that's something that the Spartans coaching staff are talking about.
One of the reasons that they're getting a lot of rebounds is the minute they shoot, they follow their shot. But on the other side of that, that means nobody gets back on defense. And that's why Castleton has scored a lot of fast break layups or early offense layups.
We mentioned points in the paint. And now 28 of their 34 points are in the paint. So you mentioned not getting back on defense, and I think that's something with 5.5 minutes left that WestConn is going to go in the half and say, hey, we need to change that because this is what they're doing and this is what it's going to result in. And it seems as though the Spartans really, like you mentioned, are not taking their foot off the gas pedal and so just really on a tear today.
Yeah, they have, WestConn has 9, look to me like 9 offensive rebounds. Castleton has 1, and that's a team offensive rebound. Not that they've missed a lot of shots to get offensive rebounds.
Yeah, and this
They're
first
shooting 58%, or 55.6% for the game. That's pretty good.
and to WestConn's 27.6% from the field. So a big difference there. Epler driving inside. Tries to get it to Moore, but instead it'll be a turnover for the Spartans. And that is only their third turnover of the afternoon.
They're taking care of ball.
Definitely, though, don't want to make that more of a theme. Long three there from Craig. Short there, rebounded by Moore.
She's not bashful.
Magro to Epler, fake the three, driving inside. And a foul is called here on the Wolves. And the foul will go against Malaysia Dingle. Epler to inbound it here. Gets it to Magro. Trying to get into Bailey and does. Bailey,
Nice move.
Good move there, but she missed the layup.
Good move. I like that move.
Definitely
She'll
using.
make that 8 out of 10 times.
Almost stolen away there, but the Wolves get it back. Dingle driving in. Into Virtue. Jumper is up and good. Alyssa Virtue, 2 points there. And Virtue with 6 on the day. Driving inside is Magro. 2 points there. Good answer by Elise Magro.
That's the first time today she's not got the layup by going in. She did a great job of recognizing the defense and pulling up. Not getting the offensive charge.
Peralta, 4-3, kaboom. Nicole Peralta answers right back. 14-point lead here for Castleton. Good pass by Bailey. Magro, though, missed the layup. Now the Wolves will push in transition. Vivian Peralta, another 3 off there. And looks like a foul was called late. And it looks like it was on McKieran. A couple substitutions here as Franks will check in along with Nardini. And with 3:55 to go here, Castleton with a 14-point lead. And officials discussing things here. And Coach, right now it's been all Spartans, but the Wolves are finding ways to score. They haven't done it with much for frequency, but at some point you got to turn on the Jets a little and maybe get a little more creative.
Well, right now they're hanging around. They're hitting enough threes to keep them in contact. I think Castleton's got to do a better job of that. First pass, and they screen the guard who comes around, gets the handoff, and 44 shoots a 3.
And there's some good defense there. But it'll go right back to WestConn.
What was the call?
I think maybe Magro may have stepped out when she got the steal.
That's her soccer goalie instincts. I've seen her do that quite a few times.
So let's see if she can maybe redeem herself.
See, that's what I'm talking about right there. That's happened at least 6 times, I'm going to say.
Peralta hits that one. Quick pass ahead to Epler. 4-3. No good there. McKieran tried to get the rebound, and it will go to the Spartans. It'll be inbounded by Epler. Gets it inside Adams. Strong layup, no good. Fight for the loose ball, and it's won by the Wolves, and a foul is called on Adams late. So good hustle there by Westcon to get the loose ball. And Nolan will check back in, replacing Adams. Nolan 0 for 3 so far. Here's Vivian into Franks.
Here down screen, and here she comes.
Driving inside, almost stolen. Now down low again to Franks. Peralta off the glass and in. Good play there by the Wolves, and they're now only down 10. Here's Magro up top. Gets it to Epler. Nolan thought about it, drives inside. Nolan, what a layup there, gets through the trees, and Skylar Nolan is on the board. It's back to a 12-point lead here for Castleton. There's Franks. Screen set by Vivian now. Here's Nardini. One-on-one with Nolan, down low to Franks again. Franks backing in on Bailey. Franks, no good there. Fight for the loose ball. And it'll stay with Westcon, and Catherine Moore will check back in. So they run that same play. It's just been a little bit.
Well, they screen down for weeks, and then on the weak side they rotate through. They just send cutters to the basket to occupy help defense.
Nardini missed that one there, but
offensive rebound.
Another offensive rebound here for Westcon. 11 for them on the day. Peralta all alone, 4-3. No good there. Nolan will see it out and make that 12 offensive rebounds, so leading in that category. Yeah, but it'll go back to the Spartans with 2 minutes and change to go here in the first half. Magro uses a Liz Bailey screen. Bailey over to Epler. Now Epler uses a more screen. Being hounded by Craig. Under 7 on the shot clock. Here's Bailey to the corner. Moore, 4-3. No good there. Magro just gets it with 1 on the shot clock. How in the world did Elise Magro get that up?
They're not moving the ball like they did early in the game. They're just too much standing around, not crisp passes.
Epler just keeps it, but stepped out of play.
They need to get back to what they were doing, coming up, pass, cut, get a layup. Now we're coming up and just looking and wondering, and should I or shouldn't I?
So we'll see how that plays out for half number 2. But Elise Magro leading the day again, 18. Vivian driving inside, layup no good. Peralta try a shot, no good. Rebounded by Magro. Let's see if they'll go back to what you were doing. Go back to what you were talking about, Coach, for the last minute and change here. There's Epler to Nolan. Moore down low, Epler. Lost it for the moment. Good pass into Nolan. Nolan with the layup, no good. Fight for the loose ball is won by Virtue.
That was a nice set. Nice set. They got a layup. Missed the shot, but they moved the ball. That wide open look.
Game clock and shot clock are similar. Peralta blocked away by Bailey. Epler will push in transition. Down low, Bailey off the glass, no good. But a foul is called, so Liz Bailey will go to the line for 2. Foul will be on Nardini. Liz Bailey today having a good game herself. 4 for 7 with 8 points. Looking to get to double digits here before the end of the first half. Bailey's first try just in and out. So before that, the Spartans were perfect from the free throw line. Only 2 others went to the line. Bailey misses them both.
Haven't been a lot of fouls called in this game. Neither team was going to get to the bonus.
Shot up here by Craig, no good.
Another offensive rebound.
Craig floater up, no good there. Virtue puts it back up, no good. And
There's 3 offensive rebounds in that part of the game.
So 3 chances go astray here, and the Spartans will take a 14-point lead into the half break. And
pretty even quarter. I think they were up 13 at the end of the first quarter, so they outscored Westcon by 1.
And so we will take a break for the first half, but we will be back for second half action here. You're watching Little East TV. Welcome back, everybody, here to Glenbrook Gymnasium, here on the campus of Castleton University. The Spartans holding a 14-point lead against the Wolves of Western Connecticut. And Coach, you were just mentioning to me before we came back that these types of games even out, and that it may have a 14-point lead, the Spartans do, but for Castleton, so far they're shooting 58, just about 58%. Western Connecticut shooting 37% from the field, but you mentioned it's hard to do that in the second half. It's hard to repeat that same thing.
Well, you usually come back to your averages. So let's say if Castleton is averaging 40%, they're not going to shoot 65% in the second half. And WestCon will say they're averaging 35. They're going to improve, you would think. But I think the biggest thing Coach is saying, this first 5 minutes of the second half, you've got to come out like it was the first quarter and play like you did in the first quarter. Don't give them any chance at all. Put complete doubt in their mind that they're not going to win this game.
And we were also talking about how the guards have made an impact for WestCon on the offensive rebound side. And if we look at it, Nicole Vivian with 4 offensive rebounds, Sydney Craig with 3, and Alyssa Virtue with 2. And you mentioned how it hasn't been much of their bigs, but it's been a lot of their guards creating second chances. They just haven't fallen.
Exactly. If those they've missed a lot of easy shots. Let's just hope that they continue to do the same thing in the second half.
Second half about to get underway here. And this will be the last game before the holiday break. And the Spartans will start with possession here in the third quarter. Magro up to Bailey. Down low, wide open McKieran. No good there, but a foul is called. And a fast start here, and Maggie McKieran will have a chance at the line for 2.
It's a good backdoor cut by Maggie.
McKieran today, 8 minutes. Her points have come at the line. She has 2. And she'll make the first one, so make that 3 for 3 from the line for Maggie McKieran. But misses the second attempt there, so stuck on 3 points. Down low to Virtue. Now Frank's elbow jumper. Off the mark there, and fight for the loose ball, and a jump ball will be called. And it'll stay with WestCon. So again, those guards still making an impact, trying to get every offensive rebound possible to cut this deficit that they have, now 15. Vivian up top for Nardini, uses a Frank screen. Frank's another elbow jumper. This time she knocks it down. And
she hit one early in the game, and I don't think she's taken one since then. She has a nice shot, nice release, rotation.
Into double digits goes Franks. Magro, 2-pointer up, is good. 20 points for Elise Magro.
Down screen, ball screen, 2 points. That was a good little set.
Franks again, down low. Backs in on Bailey. Franks, couple good moves, and just off there, but another rebound there. This time by Vivian, poked away at the last second. Gets it out Peralta, swing it over Nardini. Long 2, no good there. And Bailey this time fends off with Franks for the rebound. There's Magro, uses a Bailey screen. Again, driving inside, but no good there.
Franks bothered her on that shot.
Definitely altered the shot there. Vivian down low to Virtue. Guarded by Moore. Another attempt at elbow jumper. This time a little off the mark there was Franks. So that right side, she's hit one, but on the left side, she's missed the last 2 elbow jumpers she's taken. Down low to Bailey. Bailey, hook shot, off the mark there. Tipped out to Franks. Can WestConn answer here to start? Peralta to Franks. Screen set by Virtue. She'll do it again. Peralta fake. Blocked away, though, by Magro as Peralta tried to take the two-pointer. Magro driving inside, eludes two defenders. Gets it up for Bailey. Fake the three. Good move here. Bailey all alone lays it up and in. Liz Bailey. Nice move there to get 2 points. That's a 17-point lead now for the Spartans. Franks tries to answer. And Bailey initially got the block, but it was a little too hard there, and a foul is called on Bailey. And Emily Adams will check back in, replacing Epler. And for Bailey, that is just her first foul on the day. And Gabrielle Franks will go to the line for 2. This will be her first trip to the line. And Franks misses the first there. 4 for 9 today is Franks with 8 points, actually. 3 rebounds on the day as well for Franks. But she makes the second one. Magro pushes it up ahead, but good steal there by Vivian. Tried to find McKieran, but unable to there. Nardini tries to get it down low to Virtue. Bottled up here by McKieran and Moore. Virtue backing in. Lays it up. No good there. Bailey with the rebound. Magro will survey her options. Magro driving inside. Out top to Moore. Driving in. Moore lays it up. No good. And an offensive foul is called as Vivian drew the charge there. Driving in was Catherine Moore.
Nowhere to go.
So good job there by the Wolves, and a couple substitutions here as Morgan will check back in along with Craig, and Nardini and Virtue will take a seat. 16-point lead for the Spartans here. Franks, good pass back to Peralta, lays it up, and it goes in. Peralta with 11. Moore over to Adams. In for Ariana Coombs, and a foul is called on Franks. And for Gabrielle Franks, that is her second foul. So really only one.
Oh my God.
As a layup was missed there.
Wide
really
open layup. Too much of a hurry.
Tries to get a long 2 or 3. Off the mark there. Fight for the loose ball. Moore on the ground there.
Should be Castleton.
And it is the Spartans' possession. So good hustle there by Catherine Moore. And they have a 14-point lead here in this third. McKieran down low for Coombs. Coombs, elbow jumper, short there. Rebound by Franks. Here comes Peralta in transition. She'll set everybody in place. Vivian, back to Peralta. Down low now for Morgan. Back to Peralta, but it's stolen away. Good steal there by Elise Magro. She'll push it ahead. McKieran tried to get it just a little over her head.
Biggie Elise, that's 2 passes in the second half that she's made that probably she shouldn't have made.
So another turnover for the Spartans. Like you mentioned, that second pass that just goes a little astray. Now Wolves have it back. Another good steal by Magro, just hounding on defense. Let's see what she does here. It's an in for Bailey. Lays it up and in. Good pass there by Magro, and Bailey finished it off.
She ran the floor. She knew if she ran the floor, she'd get the ball.
Good transition action on from defense to offense there by the Spartans. Here's Peralta. Craig for three. Short there. And ball will go back to Castleton, and Virtue will check back in. And Nolan and I believe Epler will come back in. And Magro will take a seat along with McKieran. Down low for Bailey, puts it up, no good, rebounded by Virtue. Peralta down low for Morgan. Morgan, Virtue elbow jumper, short there. Coombs with the rebound. Nolan uses a Bailey screen. Nolan driving inside, blocked away by Vivian. He'll stay with the Spartans. And an immediate timeout called here. And coach, the Spartans really sticking to the first half program. They're really getting a lot of good buckets and finding ways to keep this lead and keep it expanding as well.
I think you know you're not going to do everything perfect like I think that first quarter was to score 26 points. But you like to think you're going to add on, and it's pretty much been a fairly even game since then, which is something that happens an awful lot of times. You'll see teams win by 12 where they're up by 20 or 25. It just comes back at the end of the game and seems to get closer. Right now they're maintaining that lead, and if they have to match them, you match them.
And for WestCon, the story has been offensive rebounds, and they're still just finding ways to get some offensive rebounds. Now with 16 to the Spartans 4, so in that category they're doing well, but I think for them it's just
well, you're not winning many games shooting 25% from the field.
And in this third quarter, they're 2 of 11.
They're shooting 15% from the three.
And yes, totaling 15.4 and 0 for 2.
When Castleton first came into this league, that was one of their strengths, is their three-point shooting. As I told you earlier, that they would press the whole game, substitute every 30 to 45 seconds, 5 new kids in and out, and shoot the threes.
Epler to inbound, just gets it in. Out to Nolan. Down low for Bailey. Again, Bailey missed the layup there off the glass, rebounded by the Wolves. Nardini pushes it ahead. Nardini to Craig. Virtue hands it off to Vivian. Vivian, step it back for 2. Got it. Nicole Vivian with 4 points. Lead back down now, 2-14. Coombs up top, gets it to Epler. Epler to Bailey. Bailey, good footwork, but she missed the layup. Tries to get it over to Nolan, but Coombs has it. Now back to Nolan. 15 on the shot clock. Nolan driving in, and the layup is good. Skylar Nolan with a nice move. Nolan with 4 points on the day herself. Craig thought about driving inside. Gets it up top for Virtue. Now to Morgan. Craig inside. Fake the shot rather. Missed the layup. Now Virtue will try a 2-pointer. No good. And Coombs collects the rebound. So it's safe to say, Coach, that the Wolves have gone cold in this third.
The question would be, when were they hot?
Definitely that, as Coombs, easy 2 points.
Offensive rebound.
Comes back to haunt them, the Wolves, as Coombs just kind of fell into her hands there, and she was able to just put it up and in. Good pass inside for Craig. Layup attempt no good. Now the Spartans will push ahead. Nolan down low for Adams. The foul is called And I believe it'll be on Vivian. It will. Nicole Vivian, only the team's third foul. And for Vivian, that is her second. Epler to inbound it here for the Spartans. Trying to find somebody, finds Bailey. Back to Epler, corner three. No good there, rebounded by Vivian. Peralta in transition to the corner, Nardini. Takes a shot, tries to get inside to Virtue and does. Up top now for Franks. Franks to Virtue. 12 on the shot clock. Back inside to Franks, guarded by Bailey. Franks backing down, and a foul is called on Bailey. And Gabrielle Franks will go to the line for two. And she has the only free throw made at the line, Coach. So,
well, once again, here we are with 2 minutes left in the quarter, and both teams have 3 fouls. There have not been a lot of whistles tonight.
Definitely played a good defensive game on both sides. Minus, of course, the easy layups that the Spartans have gotten. As Franks makes the first. So give Gabrielle Franks 10. And make it 11. And Franks will check out there. And so shooting 3 of 4 from the free throw line is Gabrielle Franks. And she is tied now with Peralta with 11 for Westcon. Here's Coombs out to Epler, fake the 3. Now she'll try a 3. No good there, rebounded by Virtue. Wolves will push in transition. Vivian, good speed, just bottled up though. Peralta getting inside, backs it out back to Vivian, out of Morgan. Tries to find Foster up top and does, and a foul is called. Inbounded by Peralta. Gets it into Foster. 2-pointer up. Too strong, rebounded by Adams. Minute and a half left here. Moore to Magro. Good spin, Magro puts up the shot, just gets it to go in. And a whistle here. So they'll count the basket, and a foul was called.
Then it's got to be under the basket, isn't it? Nobody's shooting him. He wasn't a shooting foul.
So it was on Foster under the basket. And count the basket for Elise Magro. Officials discussing that one. They'll reset it here. Now down low to Magro. Magro blocked away by Morgan. Magro able to stick with it. Out to Epler. Back up top, Magro. 4-3. Too strong there. Rebounded by Foster. Foster backs it back out to Vivian. Now to Morgan. Now up top, Peralta. Morgan staying on the elbow. Peralta shot too strong, and Morgan trying to get the rebound and does. Peralta, 4-3. No good there. Moore with the rebound. And one thing I have noticed, Coach, is Morgan has been stayed up at that elbow near the free throw line. Tried to get into Coombs, no good. And Peralta will push ahead for Westcon. Foster, 4-3. No good. Rebounded by Vivian. Good strong rebound there over Moore. But one thing I have noticed, Coach, is that Morgan is staying right at that elbow or in that paint area. Yeah. And that's really been the spot that she's had, creating a lot of those passes inside.
They run cuts off her, handoffs, and cuts to the basket. Off both posts, short.
Peralta there, short there, again tipped away, still in bounds, and Morgan puts the easy layup home. And that is how the third quarter will come to a close as Morgan gets the layup there. And the Spartans now with a 16-point lead, and Coach, again, those offensive rebounds still playing a factor, but like you were mentioning, Morgan really creating a lot of the passes on cuts and then handoffs, but just the WestCon shooting has been, well, as cold as Vermont.
Well, not today. Vermont's pretty warm today, but cold as normal. Yes, but these offensive rebounds today are not hurting them, but it will hurt them against a good team. They're going to have to find a way to clean that up, when they play future teams in the Little East. There's a question about it. This is the last place team in the Little East right now.
And now for
20 offensive rebounds.
And 46 total rebounds to the Spartans' 37, but on the other side for the Spartans, 30 defensive rebounds. So really, those stat lines jump out for both sides, but the offensive rebounds, and you mentioned, it's going to hurt them, WestCon, when they play the better teams, like you were mentioning with teams like UMass Dartmouth and Rhode Island College.
Rhode Island, Eastern Connecticut, UMass Boston, Keene.
WestCon, of course, 1-7 on the year, 0-2 in Little East play. Trying to get out of that hole. Here's Franks backing in on Coombs. No good, but a foul is called. The foul will be on McKieran. That'll be her second on the day, and Gabrielle Franks will head to the line where she is 75% today. And she has 11 points, tied with Peralta. And Franks makes the first, so make that 4 or 5. And she is now in the lead for the Wolves with 12. And she makes them both. So 13 points now for Gabrielle Franks, 5 of 6 from the free throw line. Magro driving in, gets it to McKieran. McKieran all alone lays it up and in. Maggie McKieran with a nice bucket there. She's got 5. Foster fake the 3. Now Franks to Virtue. Back inside to Franks. Good footwork there, but she missed the layup. Coombs with a strong rebound. And Magro will slow it down. Magro over to Epler. Uses a Coombs screen. Epler, 4-3. No good there. And it's fought for. Rebounded by McKieran. Backing down on Foster. She'll back it back out to Moore. Moore to Magro. Magro, 4-2. Too strong. Rebounded by Vivian. Elise Magro now 11 of 20 on the day. Virtue. Couple of fakes. Virtue drives in. No good there. Coombs with the rebound. Magro now to Moore. Looks for Coombs. Tries the shot. No good. And Epler got the initial rebound, but she stepped out of play. $16-point lead for the Spartans. And, Coach, it's really been around from about 13 to 16 points. The lead hasn't really changed much.
No, it's been pretty much the game was over in the first quarter. But a lot of things. There's that layup right there she made. She didn't fade away when she took her shot. She went into the defense and made the shot. The last shot before that same shot, but her body faded a step away from the hoop.
Gabrielle Franks with yet another bucket there. Give her 15. Here's Epler, 10 on the shot clock. Uses a screen by Coombs. Epler driving inside. Back to Coombs, 6 on the shot clock, driving inside. And a traveling violation is called there. So good defense by the Wolves. And one of those plays you were talking about, Coach, earlier, or majority in that first half, they were running a lot. The similar plays there just got bottled up as missed shot there as it goes off the foot of Magro, but she's able to collect it. Moore driving inside, and Moore. A lot of contact there. A blocking foul was called, and the foul will go against Franks. And that is her third on the day. So definitely someone you don't want to lose, even though WestCon down 14, but definitely someone you don't want to lose for the stretch of the 7.5 minutes. Catherine Moore will go to the line for 2. And she makes the first. Moore on the day, now with 3 points. And make it 4. And for Catherine Moore now, she has 4 points. Quick pass up ahead. 3-pointer on the way, no good there. Moore with the rebound. Magro back to Moore. Fake the 3. Moore, 2-pointer. Got it. Catherine Moore with 6 points. Down low to Franks, and a foul from behind as Coombs with the bump. I like what the Spartans are doing, Coach. They're finding ways to not just have it be Elise Magro with 22 points. They're finding other ways as Catherine Moore's getting more buckets now. And
well, they're going to need that because there's going to be games where Elise is going to get shut down by somebody.
Definitely the star of this team is, speaking of Magro, good pass inside. Epler being hounded by 2 WestCon players, and a jump ball will be called. It'll go stay with the Spartans. They have a steady 18-point lead here in this fourth. Out to McKieran. Back up top, Magro skips it over Epler. Now down low for Coombs. Bottled up here to Moore. Gets away now, Moore driving inside, and an offensive foul is called. Catherine Moore will pick up the foul. That's her second.
What they call is you put her arm around her and shielded her off with her arm.
There's Peralta down low to Franks. Nardini driving inside, and then yet another foul is called. That is already the 3rd foul on Catherine Moore. And 2 substitutions will check in here as Bailey and Adams will check in. Catherine Moore and Coombs will take a seat. And for WestCon, Maggie Nardini will go to the line for 2. And she makes the first one. So after going 0 for 6 and 0 for 1 from 3, Maggie Nardini is on the board with her first points of the afternoon and make it 2. Back to a 16-point lead now for Castleton. Epler, 4-3, no good there.
I don't think she's hit one all day.
Epler has yet to hit a 3, 0 for 4, like you mentioned, Coach. 0 for 4 from 3. Here's Adams. Trying to survey her options, now gets it back to Magro. Uses a Bailey screen. Magro, good fake. Net layup, no good. Rebounded by Morgan. Good job there of altering the shot. There's Vivian, now to Nardini. To Morgan again, still in that area. Vivian, 2-pointer, got it. Nicole Vivian And that cuts the lead to 14 for Castleton. Epler down low. Bailey. Layup. No good again. 2 missed layups there in a row for the Spartans. Vivian driving it, finding Dingle. Now to Morgan again in that spot. Back to Dingle. Peralta, 4-3. Too strong there. Vivian, good hustle on the offensive rebound. To Morgan now on the elbow. Good pass back, Vivian. Nardini, 4-3. Too strong again. Again, another offensive rebound. Blocked away by Liz Bailey. Good hustle, though, coach, by the Wolves to get the offensive rebound. They just can't convert.
Exactly. And I'm not sure it's going to change. But they certainly are hustling and working hard to get as many offensive rebounds. They're going to end up with more offensive rebounds than points.
23 on the day for Western Connecticut to the Spartans 8. And they have 54 total rebounds, so in that category, you're correct. They have more rebounds than they do points right now. So, and both teams, though, coach, shooting 70% from the free throw line, so at least a good statistic there for the coaching staff of the Wolves to look back on.
Just not many of them.
And they have not had, and you mentioned earlier, the lead, basically the game being over in the first quarter. They have not had a lead at all in this game. It's been 35 minutes of basically all Spartans. And continuing what we were talking about with WestCon shooting, 2 of 10 in this fourth quarter, 24% for the game. Definitely not going to help you in that instance, and going into the bulk of their schedule, not going to help against other teams like you were mentioning.
And notice Castleton is now shooting 41%, coming down.
Like you mentioned, evens out.
Yep.
Peralta to inbound, and Bailey slaps that away, and they'll repeat the inbound here. What I like, coach, is the hands of Elise Magro. She has had a couple of chances where she's been able to almost steal it away. And speaking of, Adams with the steal there. Pushes it ahead. Down low now to Bailey. Bailey, good pass to Magro. Count it. And the foul. Bailey to Magro. A chance for a three-point play.
Nice pass. And it initiated by Emily Adams getting the ball. Instead of dribbling the ball up the court, she passed the ball up the court. How many times we'll say to players, what's the quickest way? Dribbling it up or passing it up? And that's what happened. Passed it up the court, fed the post, and hit a cutter.
And Magro makes the free throw at the line, so give Elise Magro on the day 25. Leading in all scores here today. Lead back up to 17 for the Spartans. Now Franks to Craig, driving inside. Layup is good. And for Sydney Craig on the day, she has 5. Moore had it poked away, and it's stolen away. Good defense by Craig on the other end. Now Nardini pushing it ahead. Down low for Franks. Franks drives in, blocked away by Bailey, and last touch by Franks. So the Spartans get a good defensive stop. And Epler will check back in for Adams. And Morgan for Franks.
A little bit of a man-to-man full-court press. Actually, it's a 1-2-1-1.
Good pass ahead, Magro to Bailey. A little repay of the favor there as Magro with a full court pass, and Liz Bailey another bucket for her. And a foul is called.
Foul's on Liz Douglas, I think, for leaning. Liz Bailey for leaning on the post instead of getting around the post.
For Bailey on the day, that is her 3rd foul. Morgan will go to the line. as Alyssa Virtue will check back in for Western Connecticut. And Morgan misses the first. Tiana Morgan, the junior out of Poughkeepsie, New York. Morgan misses both. Spartans will get it back. Bailey to Magro, now to Moore. Epler down low for Bailey. Back to Magro. Little floater short. Magro able to get her own rebound. Almost lost it out of play. Just gets it up to Epler. Bailey, little jumper no good and tipped away and right to Peralta, who keeps it in bounds. Skip it over to Vivian, driving inside, almost poked away by Magro. And a foul is called. It looks like it'll be on Magro. And Franks will check back in. So, Coach, it's been Franks checking in for Morgan and vice versa for the time being, and they've really stayed in that same area.
Yeah.
Vivian makes
Pretty
the
much.
first.
Posts get a lot of rest. She's only played 20 minutes.
Vivian 1 for 2 from the line, and Moore able to keep it in. 16-point lead again with under 3 to go here in this one. The first of a doubleheader here at Glenbrook. Men's basketball coming up. Epler driving inside. Jump ball called. And it'll go back to the Wolves. Stick around after this one, as at 4 p.m., Coach and I will bring you men's basketball, the back end of the doubleheader, as the Wolves men's team comes to Castleton to take on the Spartans. There's Magro working on 25 on the day. Moore up top for Nolan. Over to Epler, down low for Bailey. Bailey, couple moves, good pass, but she missed the layup. Magro did. Almost worked out to perfection there. Here's Vivian. Up top, Peralta, almost poked away by Magro. Peralta will get it back over, down low to Virtue. Just gets it back to Peralta. A little jumper there is good, and a timeout called by Western Connecticut. So, again, hovering around that 13 to 16-point lead deficit, but
just take that first quarter away, and it's a 1-2 point game.
Yeah, and a strong start, like you mentioned. They just have not been able to really have any success except in offensive rebounds. And
both teams have missed a lot of bunnies, and Elise has missed at least 3 bunnies down here in the second half. Liz has missed at least 2 or 3 post moves that were, legitimate post moves she could hit. And both teams have missed. And the shooting percentages, you got Castleton, the last sheet we had 41.3, and Westcon 24.
We'll see if that number goes up or down. And like you mentioned, you take that first quarter away, and we could be looking at it going down to the wire.
It would be.
So for Westcon, gone a little bit up, and Castleton remained pretty stagnant at 41. But still, the Spartans just able to control the game from the start. And again, you look at total rebounds, at 6 more rebounds than they have points, Coach. Back in the full court press now are the Wolves, but the Spartans able to get it back up through half court. Skip it over to Moore. Down low for Bailey. Bailey, strong layup, no good, but a foul is called. Foul will go against Gabrielle Franks. That'll be her 4th on the day. Liz Bailey will go to the line for 2. Bailey on the verge of a double-double today as she makes the first, 15 points and 9 rebounds. along with 2 assists. So hope to see if she gets that with the last 2 minutes as Bailey makes the second.
Same with Elise. She has 9 rebounds.
There's Vivian driving in. It's poked away. Barton's pushing in transition. Good pass here. Magro again. Another missed layup, and she knew it too. Still, though, a 16-point lead here for Castleton. Craig down low to Franks. A couple nice moves, but she missed the layup, and there is the double-double for Liz Bailey. Here's Nolan now. Gets it to Bailey. Thought about the 3, gets it over to Magro. Now Magro driving inside. Magro reverse layup. That time gets it to fall. Elise Magro pushing on 30 points. She's got 27. Now there's Vivian. Last minute here in this one. Vivian thought about the 3. Gets it to Franks. Back to Vivian. Driving inside. Layup is good. Wolves will continue to present full court press. Got a 1 second difference between game and shot clock. Down low for Bailey. Basket goes in, but the officials say on the floor.
That's the 5th on her.
Gabrielle Franks, that is her 5th foul, so she is fouled out, and pretty much a full-scale lineup substitution for Western Connecticut. And with 35.5 seconds left on the clock here in this fourth, the Spartans with a 16-point lead, and they will cruise to, barring any unfortunate circumstances, they will cruise to their first conference win of the season. Nolan, jumper, short. Epler tried to get the rebound, but it'll go to the Wolves. About a 2 second difference between game and shot clock. Over to Foster. Foster driving inside, little floater, too strong, rebounded by Magro.
That's her double-double right there.
And so 2 Spartans with 2 double-doubles. And more will dribble it out. And so the Spartans will get their first conference win of 23-24. That'll do it. The Spartans will go to 6-4 on the year overall, and they will be even at 500 in conference. And coach, it was just all Spartans from the get-go.
Yeah. Good way to end the break. You go to break for Christmas. They come back. I'm sure they'll have to be back the day after Christmas because they have a game on December 30th here against RPI.
And of course, for Western Connecticut, it was just got a lot of offensive rebounds, but just could not convert. And really, they saw the lead go down to as much as 12, but that was about it.
Well, when you shoot in the 20s in percentage from the floor, you're not going to win many games. Just not going to happen. It's a good win, a lot to build on, especially giving up that many offensive rebounds. But that's why you go to practice every day to work on what you make mistakes on and build on to get better.
And definitely, and so the Spartans, like I mentioned, will go to 1-1 in conference play and 6-4 overall. So that'll do it for this one. Stick around. We got part 2 of our doubleheader here today at Glenbrook as the men's team takes on Western Connecticut. For everybody here in the press box, for my colleague in broadcasting, Coach Dave Kinsman, my name is Will Kelly. We're saying stick around. And for those of you that will not be watching the men's game, we hope you have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We'll see you very soon.